Their disbelief was a constant reminder of how little they thought of your potential. But now their struggle to accept your success reveals just how wrong they were about you all along. They convinced themselves that you wouldn't make it, but now that you have, their struggle to accept your achievements speaks louder than the doubts they once hurled at you. They wrote off your dreams as impossible, but now your success stands tall, leaving them grappling with their inability to foresee what you always knew deep inside. Their constant underestimation of you was a weight you carried, but now that you've shattered their expectations, they are struggling to reconcile the reality of your success with the fiction of their disbelief. They thought your ambitions were too grand, too far-fetched. Now, with your dreams realized, their struggle to accept your rise is a reflection of how limited their vision truly was. They watched you strive with skepticism in their hearts, but now that you've reached a level they never thought possible, their disbelief has become their struggle to accept the truth. They were so sure you'd fail that they never even entertained the thought of your success. Now that it's undeniable, they're left wrestling with their own inability to believe in you. Your perseverance was always something they questioned. Now, with your victory before their eyes, they are struggling to come to terms with the fact that you outlasted their doubts. They held on to their doubts for so long that now, as you bask in success, their struggle to accept your reality is a painful reminder of their own insecurities. They once ridiculed your dreams, and now that those very dreams have materialized, their struggle to accept your success is a reflection of their own failure to understand your drive. Your determination was something they never took seriously, and now that you've made it, they are left grappling with their own disbelief and the reality of your accomplishments. They predicted failure at every turn, but now as you stand victorious, their struggle to accept it reveals just how deeply they underestimated your potential. They tried to write your story with doubt, but now that you've rewritten it with success, they are struggling to accept the version of you that they never saw coming. They mocked your vision as unattainable, but now that you've achieved what they thought was impossible, their struggle to accept it is a reflection of their own limited imagination. They turned their backs on you when you needed their belief the most. Now that you've risen above their doubts, their struggle to accept your success is a painful consequence of their own blindness. Your success was never part of their narrative, and now that you've rewritten the story, they are struggling to accept the ending they never saw coming. They doubted every move you made, convinced you would stumble. Now that you've soared, their struggle to accept it reveals just how much they underestimated your strength. They thought you were reaching for the impossible, and now that you've grasped it, they are left to struggle with the reality that you did exactly what they said you couldn't. Their disbelief in your dreams was a reflection of their own fears. Now that you've turned those dreams into reality, their struggle to accept it speaks volumes about their own limitations. They thought you were destined for failure, but now that you've triumphed, their struggle to accept it is a bitter reminder of their own flawed perception of you. Their skepticism was always louder than their support. Now that you've proven them wrong, their struggle to accept it is a testament to how little they truly understood your potential. They tried to hold you back with their doubts, but now that you've pushed past their limitations, their struggle to accept your success is the burden they now carry. They dismissed your efforts as futile, but now that you've achieved more than they ever imagined, their struggle to accept it reveals the narrowness of their perspective. They couldn't fathom the heights you'd reach, and now that you've surpassed them, their struggle to accept your success is a reflection of their own inability to dream big. They saw your determination as misguided ambition, and now that you've proven them wrong, their struggle to accept your success is a stark contrast to the strength you showed. They told themselves you were aiming too high, but now that you've reached beyond even your own expectations, they are struggling to accept a truth they never wanted to face. They expected you to give up long before now, and as you continue to rise, their struggle to accept your success is a reminder of how deeply they underestimated you. They doubted your every step, your every decision, and yet here you are, thriving in a place they never imagined you could reach. Now, their disbelief has turned into a struggle to accept the reality of your success. In their eyes, you were always the underdog, someone destined to fall short. Seeing you rise beyond their expectations has left them grappling with a truth they were never prepared to confront. Your triumphs were met with skepticism, and now those who once doubted you are facing the uncomfortable reality of your success. Their struggle to accept it is a reflection of their own insecurities. They laughed when you spoke of your dreams, but now that you've achieved them, their laughter has turned into a struggle to come to terms with the fact that you proved them wrong. The journey you took was met with resistance and disbelief, and now, as you stand tall in your success, they are left to wrestle with the truth that you made it against all odds. Every setback you faced was met with their doubts, yet here you are, surpassing their expectations. Their inability to accept your success is a testament to their own limited vision. They never imagined you would make it this far. Now, as you shine in the very spotlight they thought you'd never reach, they are struggling to reconcile their doubts with your undeniable reality. Your perseverance was seen as a long shot, but now that you've proven them wrong, their struggle to accept your success is a mirror to their own failures to see your potential. They saw your dreams as impractical and your efforts as futile. Now that you've achieved what they thought was impossible, their struggle to accept it is a reflection of their own limitations. The doubt they cast upon you was a burden you carried, but now their struggle to accept your achievements shows just how far you've come from the skepticism they once held. Every step you took was met with skepticism, and now, as you stand in the light of your accomplishments, they are struggling to come to terms with the fact that you've achieved what they never thought possible. Your success was always something they viewed with skepticism. Now that you've made it, their struggle to accept it is a harsh reminder of their own inability to see your potential. They watched with doubt as you pursued your dreams, and now they are faced with the undeniable truth of your success. Their struggle to accept it is a testament to their own narrow vision. Your journey was marked by their disbelief, and now as you thrive in the space they thought you could never occupy, their struggle to accept it reveals their own limitations. They underestimated you at every turn, and now that you've surpassed their expectations, their struggle to accept it speaks volumes about their inability to foresee your potential. They never thought you could achieve what you've accomplished. Now, as you bask in the success they deemed impossible, their struggle to accept it reveals the depth of their own skepticism. The disbelief they showed you at every step was a reflection of their own fears. Now, their struggle to accept your success is a painful reminder of how wrong they were. Your triumphs have forced them to confront the truth they never wanted to see. Their struggle to accept your success is a direct consequence of their own inability to believe in you. They thought you were destined to fail, but now that you've succeeded, their struggle to accept it shows how deeply their doubts were rooted in their own insecurities. Your success was always something they found hard to believe. Now, as you stand victorious, their struggle to accept it is a clear indicator of how limited their vision of you was. They doubted your abilities, and now that you've achieved beyond their wildest expectations, their struggle to accept your success is a harsh realization of their own misjudgment. Your journey was fraught with their skepticism, and now that you've arrived at a place they never thought possible, their struggle to accept it is a testament to their own failures. They never imagined you could make it this far. Now, as you prove them wrong, their struggle to accept it reveals just how deeply they underestimated your potential. The disbelief they held about your potential was a heavy weight on your journey. Now, their struggle to accept your success is a direct consequence of their own inability to believe. Your success has turned their doubts into a struggle to accept reality. Their inability to acknowledge your achievements speaks volumes about their own limited expectations. They saw you as a failure waiting to happen, and now that you've exceeded their expectations, their struggle to accept it is a reflection of their own flawed judgments.